Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. We're going to be covering, this is more of a reaction style video or an explanation. I usually just cover 10 seconds of a clip in most videos, but today we're going to go a little bit longer and I'm going to show you and point out some things that I find pretty interesting and that can be extremely useful for your tabla journey. Now, the first is a clip of Ustad Zakir Hussain, and he's talking really about just everyone calls him the tabla wizard. This has been a name that has followed him for decades. He explains exactly how that magic comes to be. So we're going to take a look at him explaining his emotional connection to the tabla. This is a clip from the interview of him with, I believe, Pandit Arvind Parekh, if that's his name. I may be getting that wrong. But this is what he has to say.
So I have tried to make friends with the spirit. I have tried very hard to connect with it. I found myself wanting at time. I found myself not worthy enough. And so sometimes connection happened, sometimes it didn't. But when the spirits met, magic appeared.
It's just unbelievable. I don't think I've heard anyone else explain this aspect of tabla playing. Now, maybe it's because he's extremely articulate. Maybe they have, I'm not aware. But this is really one of the main themes of this channel. So he's trying to make friends with his tabla. Now, there's really three things that you have to do to really allow that connection in your own playing. And in the next clip, I'm actually going to point out that he himself says that sometimes he is connected, sometimes he's not. I'm actually going to show you the moments that he is and the moments that he's not. And really, it is nothing short of magic that happens. So what are the three things that you should do if you want to be friends with the spirit? Because this instrument is alive. It has a spirit to it. So it's like any friendship with anyone or any relationship. The first is acceptance. You can't hate the bowls that don't come out well. You can't reject them or just somehow punish yourself for not playing them correctly. It's about acceptance. Even liking the bowls that you're not playing properly, you just have to accept them. This isn't some pretty language because I'm about to show you this demonstrated in this next clip. So that's the first thing. And imagine if you had a friendship where you just couldn't accept your friend. You always needed to direct the conversation and control things. That friendship just wouldn't last. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't develop the bowls. You definitely want to practice that. But this is more about how it finally turns out. You do your part, you prepare your hand, you practice everything, but the way it turns out, that I just need you to accept. That's the first part. The second is that he's basically also talking about like this relationship of a friendship with the tabla. So what that means is that you don't want to really care too much. And I know that sounds, a lot of people won't like that. But think about it. If you had a friendship and you just overly cared, and this is again just trying to control things, you just have to be a bit more relaxed about the whole thing. And this is one of the reasons I never showed the full shot of me playing. You would see someone that really is hunched forward, and I never like my posture. And it's really due to the fact the posture you take is how the mind is commanding the body. That I really care. And I used to think that was a good thing. I'm one of the good ones. I care about my sound quality. That makes me different. But that really took me to some degree it took me, like I progressed in my tabla journey, but now I feel that approach just limits me. And lastly, you have to go beyond the mind. And this is something that I'll talk about more in another video. But I just want you to try something as an experiment. While you're playing tabla, whatever note the instrument is tuned to, I want you to just lightly hum that sound. give your mind something to do so it doesn't just take over the entire experience. You're not thinking about tomorrow or the day after that. I want you to just distract the mind a little bit. Let the hands just do their own thing. That's an experiment I want all of you to try. And feel free to comment below whatever experience you had with this. Now, let's take a look at a performance of Ustad Zakir Sen and Ustad Sultan Khan. So, this video starts here. Now, this is a qaida, and I believe I've covered this 3 times on this channel, so I absolutely love this. This is the Ghintar Kedete de Dati Gina composition. So I want you to pay attention to a few things. First is, and I'll talk about this more throughout the entire thing, notice the way that Ustad Sultan Khan accompanies. He is adding subtleties that make this performance just incredible. So let's pay attention to this now. So he's clearly enjoying himself. And this is a bit of a different intro because there is no terikite in this qaida. So he's really just, I guess, improvising. And this is another thing I love. He plays just random bowls loudly and he creates excellent dynamics. This is amazing because it's so simple the audience can understand. Sometimes when you arrange the bowls and, reverse and all those kinds of things, it's a bit more difficult to understand. Look, he's playing cut with just one finger, like throwing it. I've never seen anyone do that. So right now, the relationship with this instrument is incredible. They're flowing. Look at this bayan work. Amazing. And I also want you to slowly pay attention to what Ustad Sultan Khan is doing. This is 1.5 speed. I always find this a very stylish way to show any qaida. Look at the way he's doing the cut. And now quiet. Just amazing. And you can slowly feel the buildup of the double speed coming. And now he's readjusting the tabla, so it must be coming. That's him. I would say that's him caring a bit much. And now I want you to look at his face here. So he looks serious all of a sudden. He's trying a bit much here. But you'll see, as soon as, yeah, right there, a little bit of a squirm. Right there, he's getting a bit serious here. But in a moment, he's just gonna let it loose. He's just gonna accept and you'll see. There we go. The head movements give it really away. Now there we go, watch. And I want you to hear where Ustad Sultan Khan gets a little quiet with this sarangi right there. Yes, you can see how loose he's getting. It's really flowing. Him and the instrument are great friends right now. See, Ustad Sultan Khan got quiet there as well. I love how quiet this is and then it gets louder. Yes, that smile, he paused completely and he just smiled. It's unbelievable. This right there, I really want to pause and point out. So you just saw what he did. He played some quiet guts, and then he just really played it as loud as he could in the end of that bolta. And what happened is Ustad Sultan Khan sees that, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna now go quiet at some points, and then he's gonna really exaggerate his bow movements. And just the way that Ustad Sultan Khan just adapts, and it's just incredible. And people always talk about Ustad Zakir Sen and his father playing together, but I want to talk more about Ustad Sultan Khan. He's my absolute favorite. So now listen. Now the connection with his instrument is flowing. In the beginning, he did seem like a little bit serious, but I think that's because as soon as you change speed, there's so many dynamics, and he's so particular about his sound. Maybe there was something in the room that he didn't like, some sound. So I think he was just focused on that. Then he quickly accepted it, and then he started with all his head movements. And you can tell once he really gets into that, that's when he's just having so much fun, and it's just two friends on stage just enjoying themselves, him and the tabla, and I guess Ustad Sultan Khan as well. So here we go. Look at the head movement. Is he a rock star or a tabla player? I can't even tell. Incredible, right there. So it just, and when you start to notice these things, that is someone when they play, or do they really care? You'll notice, and I know it sounds so strange because we're all used to practicing and really caring about how things sound. But as soon as you start doing that, you play worse. Even in audio recordings, some people that can really listen, they can hear, oh, in that moment he was really caring. So you can see that, there's moments that they were extremely connected, him and the instrument. And then when he does, the head motions, it's probably one of the most iconic things about Ustad Zakir Sen. It's something everyone knows. He just makes it look like it's so much fun. I don't know how many tabla students there are that were just inspired by just him moving his head around. And of course he has the great afro as well. Just so awesome. It's even when he came to the West, just that connection he had just blew everyone's mind. So this is just, I could go on about this for a long time. So this is just incredible. And I want you to now, when you watch tabla solos, keep in mind not just the clarity, the sound quality, keep in mind these more energetic aspects of it as well. So that's this right here. I absolutely love this solo. And I'm also thinking about for my students that join, I'm actually thinking about getting this exact lera custom recorded because I absolutely love this. Now, one thing I'll quickly mention is that if you are looking for a place that takes all of this into account, all of these aspects of tabla playing, the relationship with your instrument, the clarity, all of that stuff, click the link in the description and join the Skool community. And if you want me to take a look at you and see how you're doing both energetically, sound quality wise, and just your overall tabla playing, you can also work with me privately from the Skool community. Now, let's take a look at a clip of Ojis Adhiya, because one thing I wanted to show you guys, and this is just a 10-second clip, is that Ustad Zakir Sen is not the only one that does this. There are other tabla players as well. Now, I didn't find every single example of every tabla player that does this, so I'm not just saying it's them too, but this came out last night, and I just wanted to show you one thing I noticed right here. So if we go and listen, and Darbar Festival, the sound quality, I can go on about that forever, but I just want you to see his posture, his energy, and how he's playing. And I'll also pause it at one moment. So look at him. He's that little head motion right there. He's enjoying himself, and the sound of his tabla is incredible. And look at his posture, not hunched over too much. Okay, right there. I'm pausing it right here. Look at that smile. That is the smile of basically a child, and just someone enjoying themselves, and just someone not controlling too much. So and who knows, maybe it's a thing, they both have a similar hairstyle. Maybe that's what we all should do, just grow out our hair like that. That could be the secret. But really, this is something that I want you all to pay attention to. Is the person that I'm listening to, it could be really now any instrument this applies to. What is their relationship with the instrument? And this is the last point I'm going to leave you with, is that all these things that I talk about, it actually changes the sound. Now, I don't have a lot to say on this subject. I'm still looking into it. But let's take a tuning fork. Depending on what material you hit it on, you'll get a slightly different sound. The same way, the way that you play, your hand and just your overall demeanor, I think it actually changes the sound. I need to, be able to articulate this point a little bit better, but really all of this, and it's not just some sort of new age, sort of hippie kind of thing I'm talking about. Later on, when I understand this more, it'll have something to do with how relaxed your forearm is when you're in a state of acceptance and not in your head too much. It'll have something to do with the relaxation of your muscles, and maybe your brain is functioning at a better level, something like that. But for now, I really want you to pay attention to this the next time you watch a tabla solo. Thank you.